Like many of you, I'm a massive fan of Paul Gilbert, and recently he's been teaming up with JHS Pedals and making some awesome content. One thing that we all love about Paul Gilbert is that he keeps on reinventing his playing, keeping it fresh. He's the eternal student of guitar, and that's one of the reasons why he's so inspiring to learn from and watch. And I feel like he's got a new lease of life recently, especially in the latest videos of JHS. So there's two videos that came out with some phrases that I've transcribed. The first one is the actual JHS PG 14 pedaled promo clip where they play basketball, and there's a lick from there, and there's also a lick from a recent Sweetwater video where he talks about his pedal board. And these phrases are kind of similar because they utilize arpeggios. They utilize the 3-octave method that Paul has always utilized in his playing, but now he seems to be expanding with his latest sort of bluesy and jazzy influences and really becoming even more Paul Gilbert than ever before. So I'm going to show you the two licks. I'm going to take the actual clip from the video, then I'm going to demonstrate it in my own way, and then I'll break it down and most importantly look at the theory. I think learning by ear is the best thing you can do for your playing, rather than come away from this lesson thinking about, oh, I've got these two new licks, which is awesome. It's really cool to actually just break those apart and see how you can change the harmony or change the rhythm or utilize the similar sort of note choices with different techniques as well. So without further ado, let's take a look at the first lick. This is from the Sweetwater pedal demo. Okay, so this first phrase, he announces he's going to play over a B7th chord. And the phrase is a 3-octave idea, and it starts on the flat 7, so the note A. So let me just play it real slow. So we're starting on that flat 7 and we're playing a shape which gives us a major third interval from the A to the C sharp notes. We're going to do a hammer on here. And then we're going to go to the major third of B, which is the 6th fret on the A string. And we're going to do a chromatic line which goes 6, 7, 8, 9. This outlines the 3rd, the 4th, then a chromatic note which would be the flat 5th in relationship to the B note. And then we've got the 5th, so slowly. Now this is outlining the flat 7 and the 9, the 3rd and the 5th, so we're kind of outlining a B9 tonality, really, in terms of accenting. We have the 4th, which means we could say it's a B11, but I feel like the strong accents really denote a B9 tonality to my ears. We take this and we play it in an octave higher, so exact same note configuration, but this time starting off the D string on the 7th fret. Then we're going to go up another octave and we're going to start on the 10th fret on the B string. So it's precisely the same intervals, precisely the same phrase, and he's just going through it linearly. He's keeping a strong time feel to it, so we've got this sort of 16th note feel to it. Let me just play that slowly so you can play along. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm playing this with hammers on every string, just picking when I change strings. Paul is doing something very similar as well, but you're welcome to pick it. Like, the whole purpose of this lesson is to take the idea and do what you want with it. So let me just play that again, a bit more faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And then we end with this. He finishes on the high E string, and then we're going to slide up to the 16th fret. We're going to do a slow semitone bend to that flat 7, which is the A on the high E string. Then we're going to do a hammer from 14 to 16. So you've got this phrase. Then we're going to play the minor 3rd over B. This is going to be the 15th fret on the B string. We're going to do one of those blues style microtone bends. And then we're not going to bend it back down. We're just going to bend up before hitting the root note B on the 12th fret B. And there we have it. This next line comes from when he's playing Running with the Devil. He comes straight out of a slide guitar line into this lick, as you saw, and basically it's over an E chord. It's a static harmony, and because it's kind of a blues rock thing, this lick in particular is outlining a mixolydian sound. So just a bit of theory behind this. If we look at E mixolydian, E mixolydian is the 5th mode of the major key of A. We can take the 4 and 5 chords from the key of A, which are D and E, and we can play arpeggios, outlining those 2 arpeggios over E, and we're going to highlight various intervals. In particular, the intervals that Paul is highlighting, he's highlighting this first one with a D add 9 arpeggio. We have D, E, F sharp, A. And that will highlight the flat 7, the root, the 9, and an 11. Over the E, that's highlighting those extension tones. And we start with this phrase. So we're going to start on the 10th fret low E string, hammer on to 12. Then we're going to go from 9, hammer on to 12, back to 9 on the A. Then back down on the low E string, 12, 9, back onto 12, back onto 9, onto 12 again. So we're sort of looping that pattern. If you can get that down, that's pretty much the only pattern that gets used throughout this lick. Hence why the octave way of shifting across the strings is really cool. Let's just play that slowly. I'll play it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Then we're going to move that same shape up to the next octave. So that will start on the D string 12th fret, sorry. And we're just going to go straight up this one. So far you should have this. And then we're going to go up another octave. So the next octave of D is here on the 15th fret on the B string. This time he goes up to the highest note and he slides. Now, if you notice in his performance, he's just on fire. He's going for it. He's aiming for that, but it's going in that tonality. It's keeping a vibe going. It's all about the slide and the end note, but I'd say the slide is the artistic bit of it, should I say. So let's just go up to that top octave. So we're going to go back down after that slide, down that arpeggio. Then we're going to go back to the second octave that we went to. Then we're going to go back up from there. And here, we're going to position shift into an E add 9 arpeggio. So it's the exact same shape as we're playing here, but we're going to move it up a tone. So this time we're going to be descending frets 19, 16 on the E, 19, 17 on the B. Then down the octave, then down the octave again. Then nice and slow. Then he just grabs those high E strings. You can tell by the expression on his face, he's just in the moment, going for it, and it just sounds wicked. It really got my attention when I first heard that lick. So there we have it. There's 2 phrases from the recent Paul Gilbert videos. As you can see, he's fresh as ever, lots of life in him, just awesome playing all round and great humour too. I really encourage everybody to figure stuff out by ear as much as you can. Not only do you learn the actual lick, which is cool, it kind of feels good just to pick up something by ear. It feels like a kind of freedom. Even if you don't get it quite right, you learn stuff as you do it, as long as you're analysing what it is that you're figuring out. So if, in this case, learning the arpeggio, seeing what chord he's playing over when he plays the arpeggios, what's the picking, what's the rhythm, what's the tone, what's the tempo, you know, where is it in the solo that you've taken the phrase from. And it's not just solos, you can do this with riffs, chord sequences, voicings, songs, synth parts, saxophone lines, really good one. So I really encourage everyone to do more of that, because we can then become even more unique ourselves, because we're learning things not only on the fingerboard, but we're learning them here, which is where the music really happens. So if you've enjoyed this video, which I really hope you have and got something from it, please like it, please share it with your mates, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, it really helps me out, and I want to do more of this sort of thing. So let me know in the comments what you think below, and if there's any players or licks that you want to see. I obviously do what kind of interests me, but with the emphasis being on hopefully it'll inspire you to do something and figure out something that you love, and you can become a better player with your voice, with your opinions, and with your intentions. So I'll see you then, see you soon, see ya.